Hey, I am Judd, and I'm here with my friends Jay and Jeremiah, and we'll talk to them more in a bit. We are on the Actual Play Twitch stream channel, and all revenue garnered from subscriptions and such will go to Black Lives Matter and the Trans Legal Defense Fund. So if you've got a subscription hanging around, drop it on us. We'd love it, and that would be keen. This is kind of a last minute thing we threw together. We realized we had a couple of Sundays that were open, and hey, why not game? And so here we are. I was like, does anyone else want to run something? And if someone was like, Jed, you want to run something? Don't be coy. Like stop pretending. And I was like, I do, but I will not. I'm willing to not be that guy. Like I do. Yeah, of course I do. So I dropped a link and people were like, yep, we'll play that. And here we are. It was that simple. And this time of the year, we just didn't know. I was until Jay and Jeremiah showed up. I was like, we might just get like the Santa curse and the game might go, but like just not go because this time of the year is rough. And
it is rough. Yeah.
But so any gaming we get, I'm going to consider a total blessing, and we got it. We are going to be playing the adventure, The Beast of Borgenwold. We'll be using kind of a hacked together version of Into the Odd. If it seems to not make sense, leave comments, ask us questions, and I will happily answer. If you're watching this live, which you're not, because I can see how many people are on, it's just me. But if you're watching this on YouTube,
you're lying.
If you're watching this in YouTube in a year and you're like, what the hell was going on that night? Feel free to ask in the comments, and I will gladly, let you know. Let's get to it. Jay, you got anything you want to throw out into the world before we do this?
No, most of what I got going on is work in progress and wrapping up the end of the year kind of thing.
Cool.
You can catch up with all that on Play Fearless at Substack. Playfearless.substack.com. That's where you catch all my stuff going forward.
Cool.
Because the world is crazy.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, check it out. I've subscribed to a bunch of Substacks recently, and it's kind of nice to just get that stuff right into your inbox. It's nice way to get information out and share your love of nerd stuff. And Jay's links are always good, and his shares bits of his podcast, and you'll like it. So give it a shot. And if you really like it, toss some money at him to let him know that you enjoy his time and value it, if you can. And if you can't, we get it. We've all been there. Jeremiah, do you want me to just what are you thinking, or how are you doing? You're in the spotlight now. Look, your screen is bigger than ours.
I mean, yeah, I don't have anything to promote like usual. But
yeah, I know. I'm just checking in.
No, that's his shtick. Don't fall for it.
The non-marketing.
Yeah.
Oof, it's strong. It's a strong dollar. It's a strong dollar.
The shadow marketing.
Quote Bill Hicks. Awesome. So you folks, we had a couple of decisions to make before we started playing The Beast of Borgenwold. First, we had to roll up characters, but even before that, we had to decide what was going on. Why were you going to this kind of city in the forest with kind of an old hunting city, and or an old hunting town, really more than a city. And you all decided that you won a bit of debt from a wealthy person in the city, and his name is Marco Velinkin. So you kind of won his debt, or a portion of his debt, and you've heard that he has other debts around town, and other people are going to be looking for it, which I kind of love. It reminds me of an old Battlelords of the 30th or 23rd century game I used to play, where we had just got done watching The Sopranos. Sopranos was like this new hot show. We were all really excited. And so we could start with the money that we rolled, or we could start with like triple that money, but it's money people owed us. And so we had to go get it. It was kind of it was cool. That was
I
cool.
love that.
Yeah, that's
You
fun.
gotta go get it.
Yeah. It was very, very, very like Soprano season 3. It was nice, which I think was kind of like the high point of that show. So anyway, yeah. So you know that Marco Valenkin owes you money and or owes someone money, and now you owe you owned that debt. So you all rolled up characters, and let's just kind of get a feel like we're not like. I don't think this is a big backstory game, but let's just get a vibe for who you're playing. Jeremiah, what's Xander about? What are you thinking?
Yeah. So with kind of the random rolls and stuff I made, he owns like this silver ritual dagger, and he's got stag horns. And I guess like I wasn't sure from like I didn't know if it was meant to be like literal horns I have growing, or if it's like a tattoo, or if it's up to me, or
Yeah. Where did it come from?
it was one of the strange results on the D66 table.
Got it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we talked about this a little bit before, but let's talk about it on stream. I love the idea that the stuff from this strange category is up to you to define. So it could be weird stag horns that you own, and then you could kind of tell me why they're weird, or stag's horns could be growing from your head, and if so,
I think that's what I was leaning towards. I like the idea of having like actual, like some antlers growing out of my skull.
Awesome.
And so because of that, and then I have an ally that I don't have a name for or anything. He's a caravan drover, so I guess we'll figure that out. So between the dagger and the stag's horns, like I felt like he was kind of giving me a woodsy, naturey druid kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So I was thinking something along those lines, or maybe like a ranger, I guess. I don't have any like magic necessarily, so
yeah,
but something naturey.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
love it. Cool.
He's got a bow. So
yeah. Any idea like who would play him in the movie? Do you have a thought on?
No, I didn't even think that's right.
Yep, that's good. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
The Jay, what's Hendrix about?
So I think after looking at all the stuff I rolled up, he has an arcane tattoo.
Yeah.
He picked up 3 spells from 3 different buckets.
Yeah.
Or spell books, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he has a alley tooth dagger.
Okay.
I'm going with it. I don't know what that means yet.
Yeah.
So I think I like the idea that Hendrix isn't all human, and now that Xander has these antlers growing out of his head, right? I think Hendrix is a changeling.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I think he's kind of wiry, right? Maybe not too tall. Maybe his ears come to a little bit of a point, not so much like elfy point, but they're not round like human ears. Maybe he's got cat-like eyes, and I think the arcane tattoo has something to do with that.
Cool,
right? Wherever he came from, or that he's marked that he is of a changeling nature. So then I think that helps me explain why I have some of these other spells, since they're. I mean, I've got a cantrip from the river folk, one from the goblins, and then one from the old Valenkin sorcerer.
Yeah. My thought was, and I'm just making shit up based on like inspired by the adventure. And if folks are like, what the hell are they talking about? Basically, I made up my own character creation system based on Into the Odd, which really roots people into, I think, the setting a little bit and helps us define it a little bit more. So that link is up in the show notes. If you go to the Githyanki Diaspora and you put in the search term Borgenwold, you'll come up with it. And it's called Into the Borgenwold. And so, that my thought was that like way back in the day, maybe even like a century ago, there was like the Valenkin family that kind of used to rule, still does kind of has some ownership over Borgenwold. Had a court sorcerer, and his spell book is still like around, and scrolls from it and copied from it are still around, and you picked up a spell from it. And the way I picture spells working is we will like make a willpower check, and that doesn't say like whether the spell goes off. Like I think it'll always go off, but that'll decide like, hey, does it go away for the day? Is there a side effect? We'll figure it out in context and go from there.
Because I'm not 100% sure that I've ever played any version of Into the Odd. Like maybe I have. Is it PBTA?
It is not.
Okay.
So there are going to be two types of rolls. This is a good thing to go over. I might ask for a save versus a stat, in which case you will take a drink so you don't cough into the mic.
I tried you a drink.
Hold on. Okay. In which case you will roll a d20 and roll under your stat for success, or roll over it and fail. And for combat, we all kind of figure out what we're doing, and then we roll damage rolls, and including me, and then we go from there. So yeah, once your HP is not really hit points, it's called hit protection, and it, until that hits 0, you're not really taking damage. You're kind of just wearing away your luck and your guile and your ability to get out of the way. So yeah, it's. I feel like there are more questions coming, Jeremiah. You have a what the fuck look on your face.
No, I think I'm good. I was just thinking.
Good. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Out of curiosity, how much HP did Xander have?
I got 4.
Okay, yeah, you guys are pretty. You can die. You can totally die. But you guys all saw how quickly it was to make characters, right? So if you die, you'll make another character and jump right into the mix. So we'll get you back in.
Inversely proportional.
Yeah. It's doable.
Yeah, it's fine.
Awesome. So you have all followed the river up the way into Borgenwold, and I think you're like on a hill just outside of town. On the way here, you probably saw abandoned carts that have been picked clean, either by goblins or bandits or just people going by, because the caravans are getting hit by some sort of beast that is plaguing this land. Borgenwold is a town full of hunters, and you can, from the hill, you can kind of smell the tannery and the chemical salts that they use to keep the animals from rotting, and so you can kind of smell that in the air. But yeah, the hunters have become the hunted, and there's some sort of beast out there in this forest that is plaguing the town and keeping caravans from showing up. And here you are. You are owed some debt, not really because you're owed it, but because you won it maybe in gambling, or you bought it as an investment, on the dollar, on the silver, and someone in Marco Valenkin in town now owes you money legally. So
right.
Here you go. Is there any particular way you want to walk into town? Is there anything you want to do before you walk into town? Is there like something you want to check out, or we just want to kind of head right in and get right to it?
What do we know about Marco? Did we just know he owes us money?
Good question.
Yeah.
I don't want to roll up on him and he's got like a posse.
Yeah. That's smart. I think that he owes you money. I think that he loves the dice tables, and you are not the only people he owes money to. Definitely. So he knows he'd have to be dumb not to know someone is coming, right? And like thinking, does he have people, in there? Does he have a posse? if you were him, would you have a posse? Like, right? Like, yeah, it's smart.
I mean, my thinking is, yeah, he would want to have a posse, but if his gambling debt was that bad, like, does this man have any friends? Really, it's not like he can afford bodyguards.
Right? Maybe he can, maybe he can't. I mean, his family, owns a lot of the forest and basically like leases out hunting rights.
Gotcha.
To people. And so, yeah, he. So does he have enough money? He might. He probably still has some money left. Go.
I think we're going to go spy on him, right? Maybe get a little bit of a look. Let's see what we see.
Yeah. I think you can see. I mean, so you're like on a hill right out of town. You can see, the cluster of rough-hewn wood and thatched squats beside the river, and the stink of the tannery, and you can see his family house on a hill above the town, the Valinkin Manor, definitely. On the northern end of town, definitely hemmed in by cherry trees that are crooked like black fingers reaching from the sky. You want to kind of skirt around town and kind of head to the Valinkin Manor.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I think like as you approach, you can hear the bark of hunting dogs that are like around the manor, right? How do you want to approach? Do you want to kind of walk up to the front door? Do you want to kind of like just wait and do you want to make camp somewhere nearby and just see if anybody comes and goes? Like what are we thinking?
I mean, I sort of feel like we just stride right up because, if he's got this many debts and we're probably not the only ones, we know he's not the only ones he owes money to. Whatever money he does have, if we get there first, maybe we can actually get paid.
Right.
I like that. Yeah. No, I like that.
Plan B is to talk to Daddy Valinkin.
Right. Yeah. There is no Daddy Valinkin. Yeah. Daddy Valinkin's been dead for a while.
His worthless son's debt just to, keep his name from being in the dirt or something. I don't know.
Yep. Sounds good. Love it. Let's do it. So where you're walking right up.
Sure. Yeah.
That's how we're gonna do it. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. The hunting dogs kind of bark at you from a distance. And you get the feeling that once this was like a proud kennel of fine hunting dogs that have been kind of like left to run around feral around the manor. So like everything else in the manor, it's kind of like, oh, this was really nice once, and now they're just these big wolfhounds that just kind of bark at you from a distance and are not well trained. I think because of that, a couple of gentlemen are outside the doors, sharing a pipe when you get there, and they're big lads with spears in the crooks of their arms, and one of them like tamps the pipe out on his boot and puts it on a statue of a hunting dog that is on either side of the door, and they kind of walk up to you before you get to the door, and they're like, the Malinkans don't have any appointments today, so why don't you two just turn around and fuck off?
We're here to speak to Marco.
Yeah, I understand. And he has no appointments today. So you heard me.
We'd like to make an appointment.
All right. Well, he makes his appointment through the provost in town. So you're gonna have to go to the provost, and then he'll send missive. There are ways of doing things in Borgenwold. You'll learn.
All right. I'll kind of look to Hendrix. We're gonna try it the hard way. Hard way being what they're expect. Are we gonna go through the red tape?
And no, I don't like the red tape. I don't want to do the red tape.
I think it's gonna take a long time.
It's just two of these guys.
Yeah, there's just two of them, Jay. I mean, how tough could they be, really? Like,
right.
Would I kill you in the first encounter? Would I?
Probably.
Would I?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, right? I got 2 games with you, Jed, like this, man. I don't know.
I mean, we could talk him before.
Hendrix pulls out the alley tooth dagger. We're just gonna do this, and I show it to him because I think so it says alley, and I'm thinking like nasty alley.
Oh yeah.
Right, alley tooth dagger. I feel like it must look like a nasty tooth in a dagger form. Right.
Cool. Love it.
And I say no. Oh, Hendrix says no. No, you fuck off.
Oh. Right. Yeah, I think as soon as you draw this nasty thing and they drop their spears to their hips and point them at you and say, come on, lads, no one wants this. But they kind of want it. Right?
Right.
They are into it. Like they
Yeah.
We're probably pretty bored most of the time and never get to.
They are. So Xander thinks that, like, hey, you know what? They're pretty bored. And I think there's like, so when someone says something and it's literally written in the module, I'm not going to make you roll. Like, as soon as Xander thinks that, there's like a cosmic Tumblr click, and you realize, oh, I got that right. They are bored out of their fucking skulls. These guys are bored up here, and like. Yeah, I think they drop their stance a little. I think you both realize right away that they're trained. They're goons, but they're fair. Like they're not beasts, but you will not be the first, second, or third people that they've killed. Maybe not in this job, but in another job. and yeah, they say no one wants this while they want it. And they say, it's a nasty looking dagger you got there. You're going to want to put that away.
It sucks the souls out of people. I'm going to get one of you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't know if it does or not. But...
Right.
It is a magical. It does say magical dagger.
Yeah, I think they back up a sec. Like they back up a step on that. And they're like, you guys, there's a name I want. Hold on. Did Auberjolet send you? You guys Auberjolet's thugs?
No.
Oh shoot.
They like sigh, like, thank God you guys aren't Auberjolet's guys. And they're like, all right, well.
We just want to get some money from Marco. He owes us money. That's all we're here for.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. Listen.
And we just want to be at the top of the list so we can get ours first.
Yeah, well, your friend, you seem reasonable, but your friend with the soul-sucking tooth daggers doesn't. You want to get him to put that shit away. Jay, make a willpower roll. Let's see if you intimidate them. I think like one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to intimidate them and they're going to keep backing up, or you're going to fail this roll and they're going to start stabbing.
I'm going to fail this roll because So if I understand this, I'm going to roll a d20.
Yeah,
and I got to go roll lower than my will stat.
Yeah,
and my will stat's a 9.
Yeah.
And
it's a little less than 15, whatever.
Is it below 9 or 9 and under to succeed?
Lower than 9 or 9 and under. 9 and under.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm using roll with me because I have no hard dice on my table.
That's fine.
And here we go. Oh no, I did something wrong here. I guess I got to put the 1 in front of that.
Yep.
I got 9 on the dot.
All right.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, they back up.
I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah, good question. They back up. They want no part of Hendrix's soul sucking nonsense. Like they are not. He has rattled them a little bit, but they also aren't just going to let you in the door. But they're not stabbing you to death right now. So
right.
There's still some room to talk. There's still some room to like have a conversation here.
I should be like, you two also seem very reasonable. Sure, we can have a reasonable compromise. Like, surely there's a way we can get in to see Marco. We can get on the list without having to go back in town and go through this provost and all this bureaucracy.
Yeah, one of them like looks back at the house to like kind of see if Marco is listening, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Listen, we got to go into town in about an hour to talk to a local guy. Stasio Gart. He's a local trapper. If you ask for the Gart shack, people will send you, or the Gart cabin, people will send you there. They know who he is. Anyway, he was doing a job for our boss, and his brother got.
Wait, you want us to talk to Stasio?
No. I'm saying you could catch Valenko there.
Oh, he's coming with you. Okay.
Yeah. And that way you meet him, but we don't have to like seem like we weren't doing our jobs. Is that making sense?
I think that's reasonable.
Cool.
If we're all being reasonable.
Yeah. It seems reasonable.
Yeah.
We'll be there in about an hour.
I think Hendrix puts away the tooth dagger.
Yeah, you see both of them fucking relax, like.
Yeah.
Cool guys. I'm glad we had this talk.
Yeah, we were never here.
Yeah.
Let's look into Hendrix. Let's go find this Stasio guy and wait it out.
Cool. Yeah, I think you get through town and it doesn't take you long to find like this, like, hey, like which way is the Stasio cabin, and like someone points you like right there. It's not difficult to find. And yeah, Stasio is sitting on the porch. You can tell he's cried a couple times today. Like he's got that washed out look on his face.
Oh yeah, because he lost his brother, is what they said.
Yeah. His hands look nervous. His eyes are a little red. And,
so they said, did they say Marco hired this guy or just?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm wondering.
Did he hire them with our money?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, well, my thought is, what if he's coming here to pay some sort of like, life insurance, like, overpay because the brother died.
Right.
Maybe we try to run into him before he gets here.
Right.
He might have money on him, and maybe we can get a payday.
Yeah. Stasio looks at you two and says, "You guys must be hunters here to take the provost's reward for killing the beasts, huh? You got that hunter look about you."
No.
Oh, okay.
There's a reward for a.
Yeah. There's a beast out in the forest. No one's really sure what it is, but it's bad. Caravans can't get here. We can't get our fur out into in downriver. People can't make money.
Is this new?
Yeah, last like you see like whatever he's crying about is linked to this, right? And he's like, yeah, like he's holding it together, right? Yeah, it's pretty new.
Somebody disturbed its lair or took something from it.
He starts crying. Once again, like cosmic tongue goes click. Like, if you guys are just gonna guess exactly what the fuck is happening, then I'm gonna give it to you, right?
We give it to you.
He starts crying, and he's like, "We woke it up. We woke it the fuck up. If the town finds out, they're gonna fucking kill me. They're gonna hang me, run me out in a rail, tar and feather me. I don't know. It's been a while."
How did you wake it up?
We went into. Marco hired us to go into his grandmother's barrow. He said it was full of treasure. And his grandmother was she was a huntress. She's famous. You've probably heard of her.
Interesting.
You humans never learn.
Why did he want you to go into her barrow?
It's full of his inheritance.
He couldn't go?
He was gonna give us 500 gold for every piece of treasure we brought to him.
He didn't. Is he that? He couldn't go himself. It's his family's crypt. Like, why not?
Yeah, I don't think Mark was the type of guy who did shit on his own. Since me and my brother.
Fair enough. He's probably too busy gambling any day.
So we went in and there was his huntress Valenko. You know, she had killed a bunch of stuff. There was all kinds of treasure in there, and you could tell like you're the first people he's told this to, right? And for whatever reason, he's just unburdening himself because you are two weirdos who clearly aren't from here. And he says, there was a manicore, you know, a taxidermied manicore. And it fucking woke up and started moving, and it bit my brother nearly in two. And I got it. He starts crying. I ran. I just ran.
There's no shame in running.
That's how you survive.
Yeah, sometimes. Like no one has said that to him, right? And he hasn't really talked about it. Like he needed to hear that. He like wipes his face. He's like, "Thanks, I needed to hear that." If it wasn't for Yuri and it wasn't for Marco's thugs, I'd take him out to the woods and I would just knife him for my brother, you know, bleed him out. Let him die in the snow like my brother did.
We might be able to help with that.
Really?
We've got some business with Marco, yeah.
Are you one of the people he owes money to, or did that guy a Borgenwold? You guys with him?
People keep saying that name. I don't know the name.
I think he's one of the people who he owes money to. He owes money to you guys too?
He does now.
Yeah. Jeez. That guy's fucked. Good. Yeah, how can I help?
Do you think his family would pay off his debt, or do they just not give a shit about this guy?
He's all that's left. His parents died a ways back.
It's just him. Okay.
Just him, yeah. I think he has some cousins maybe downriver, but they don't have any claim.
Well, we heard he's coming to talk to you a little later today.
Yeah, I bet he is. Because he summoned me to his manor and I told him to go fuck himself.
Seems fair.
How do you want to ambush him?
I like this guy.
Wait.
I like this guy.
Right?
I mean, we don't want to just kill him outright, then we can't get paid.
Right.
So,
well, you could kill him. We could kill him, and then I could show you where his family tomb is, and you could just loot it.
Oh yeah, where the reanimated manticore is.
It's out in the forest somewhere. It's not in the tomb no more. I don't think.
You don't think? Yeah. I mean, it seems like we'd be better off looting his manor.
He shrugs. If there was something in this manor worth selling, I think he would have sold it. Although,
I mean, we don't need to kill him to go to the barrow.
Yeah, we could just go to the barrow. Yeah.
He looks up, like doing the math, realizing like that cuts him out, right? It's just like, but I thought we were gonna get him.
We're just here to get paid, man.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
If he's dead, we don't get paid.
Yeah, he passes you like the sack of gin that he's drinking.
But that's some face melting.
It is. It is. It's totally like I'm cold in the forest and I'm a hunter. I think I'm Stasi. I'm Stasi. Who are you guys? I didn't even get your names, and I feel like I've really unburdened myself on you, and I apologize.
I'm Hendrix. I think Hendrix takes a sniff of the gin and then hands it to Xander.
Right.
I'll introduce myself as Xander, and I'll take a sip.
Yeah.
I spend time out in the woods. I know how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like Stasi realizes as you guys get close, he's like, "Whoa, you!" Like he realizes that like Xander's horns are not a helmet, right? And he's like, "You guys are from way out of town."
Yeah, a little bit out of town.
Yeah. Deep south.
Yeah, deep south.
How do you guys want to do this with talking to him?
It's a good question.
Yeah, it is.
How do you want to set it up? I reckon you guys have done this kind of shit before.
I don't know. Do you think we're normally shaking people down for money?
I don't think so. I think we might be gamblers like Marco, right?
Yeah, I think it's a random kind of opportunity that fell in our lap. And
yeah. This wasn't Judd saying this. This was totally Stasio saying.
No, right. Yeah, but then I'm like, I don't know, what is our angle? I have no idea. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel like. Like,
this I feel like there's I feel like there's a flashback, right? And
nice.
There's the two of us doing the same stuff that Marco does. Like,
yeah,
it just fell on us, right?
Yeah. So, let's flesh out that flashback a little bit. Yeah. You guys are in this like downriver card game, and this guy has lost, and like you look at his coins, and you're like,
a little short there.
You're a little short, and he's like, I've got this debt that this Valenko asshole owes me. I didn't really want to go to Borgenwold. I think it's a shithole anyway. And I've got an old boyfriend up there named Stasio who I don't really want to see. And
what's this guy's name?
This guy is this guy's the guy you won the gambling debt from.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna get his name. Give me 1 second. Real names. I'm going to use Prussian names if I can find it. No. All right, we'll go with those. These are not Prussian names. His name is Davor.
What?
The guy you won this from. And he's like, listen, I've got like an old boyfriend up there. I don't really want to go, but I think that's way more than I owed you. But you got to go collect it. Does that make us even? And I think it's like 10 times what he owed you, right? It's just
right.
It's a job now, right?
Yeah. We can easily get this debt out of some
for sure.
From some low life in Borgenwold.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Some shithole, for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. What did you say this guy's name was?
Yeah.
Devore?
Devore, yeah.
Oh, Devore, okay.
Yeah, and I think toward the end of that scene, Hendrix is he was about to pull his alley dagger out, right? Yeah. And then he kind of slides it back in, right?
Yeah. And I think like as you pull the dagger out, there's like a hum that hits the air, like like is it a soul sucking dagger? I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, the alley tooth. Love it. Yeah, so Stasi, whoops, you gotta go.
All right, you got it then. I will let you do it.
Yeah,
I saw that too. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, we got spam.
Yeah.
That means we have arrived. We're hitting the big time.
That's how you know you made it. When you had spam,
what is it? Click to reply. No, I don't want to pin this message. Come on.
Yeah, I think
I got to go into like mod, whatever.
Right. Yeah, and that's where I'm headed.
You got it?
I think so.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've done this.
Yeah. So I think like back in the now time.
Yeah.
Now that we've had that flashback, I'll probably specifically mention like, oh wait, you're Stasio?
Yeah.
Yeah, we won this debt off of somebody, I think you know, Devore.
Oh, Devore, yeah. Oh man. That handsome devil. Yeah, I remember him.
That's how we got this, mark of debt. Maybe there's some sort of we won it off of him. Figured we'd come up and collect from this Felinkin guy.
Yeah, I told him to. All right. Yeah, he kind of like welcomes you into the cabin and is like, "How do you want to set this up?" I mean, his goons are going to walk into the cabin before he does to make sure that I'm not just going to stab him in the face, because they know I want to stab him in the face because I've been drunk in town saying I'm going to stab him in the face.
Understandably. Well, what kind of guy is Marco? Is he easy to spook?
He's a piece of shit.
Like if we put a little bit of pressure on him, is he going to pay? Is he even going to have the money if we want to get paid? I don't know.
I think if he was willing to pay 500 gold per thing to me and my brother, I don't think he has shit.
Interesting. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe we're just better off getting what we can out of that barrow and making what we can off of what we find.
He shrugs. I can draw you a map where it is.
What do you think, Hendrix? Or once you're done with your modly duties?
I think I got it. Is it still out there?
Nope, it's gone. Deleted by model.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Right. Thanks, Jay.
Oh no, you're welcome.
Yeah, so I'm starting to wonder if it's worth even dealing with this Marco guy.
Yeah.
Because that could just be a dead end. He might not have anything. Who cares what this mark of debt says? He might not have the money.
Right. I think Hendrix is mad now then, right? Because now this is two jobs in, right? It was supposed to be...
And we came all the way to this shithole town.
So I think Hendrix says, well, if we go to the tomb and we loot it, we loot it. We take it all, everything.
Yeah.
More than what he owes us, because now I'm 2 jobs in.
And, well, I guess so. Stasio's, you've been there. You've been in the tomb.
Oh yeah,
at least part of it. I mean, we could. So maybe we do want to make a deal with Stasio.
Okay, I'm good with that.
For his help, and maybe we help him with his Marco problem.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
It seems like we might be doing the world a favor with a little bit of vigilante justice. Not so worried about Marco. I'm more worried about his 2 thugs.
I feel like we could pay them off.
With what money? We don't have money yet.
Well, once we with whatever we take from the tomb. Like any time, I think after that we want to lay hands on Marco. I think we can buy his thugs off.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I was thinking more immediately because we know he's coming here soon.
Gotcha.
And we don't. I guess talking with Stasio, like, do we have any idea of what Marco's intentions are going to be to come see him? Because you said he summoned him, but then he said no, fuck off.
Yeah. He probably just wants to like get word on exactly what happened.
Oh, I see.
I mean, I could not be here when he gets here, and then he'll have to come looking for me later. He doesn't want word. He doesn't want word getting out that he's selling his grandma's stuff.
Gotcha. So I mean, maybe that's not a bad first step because like we haven't even talked to this Marco guy yet.
Right.
So maybe we at least take the opportunity to talk to him before we decide what we want to do about dealing with him in whatever way we want to deal with him. I kind of like that idea of maybe Stasio going and getting a drink or something.
Yeah.
And we just chill and wait in his cabin for Marco and his boys to show up.
Sure.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, Stasio says, "I like this plan, guys." He puts on some stew for you, and says, "Just let this simmer for a half hour, and it'll be good to go." This is the family hunter stew recipe.
Excellent.
And I'm gonna go get a drink.
Yeah.
Try not to, get blood too all over the place in here.
Hopefully, it won't come to that this time.
Good. He takes a deep breath. Like, all right, this is the thing. Cool. And he I think he draws you like a little on a piece of slate. Like he gets like a slate piece of rock and like draws you a map. And he's like, if you get to the goblin encampment, you've gone too far. Right? Turn around and go back, and then it's here.
Gotcha. Perfect.
And
that is perfect.
Draws you a little map, and leaves you to wait for Marco.
Yeah.
I
decided who would be playing me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Donald Gleason with like long hair.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
With the for some reason, I decided I would have red hair with my stag's horns. So long red hair.
With Donna Gleason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it.
I may have missed something earlier that Jay said because you said something about you humans. So what is Hendrix?
I think Hendrix is a changeling. So
Oh,
I think
right.
yeah,
that's right. I forgot about that. You're a changeling.
You might have some CGI stuff going on.
Gotcha. Do you normally look human?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he has maybe some goblin-ish feline traits, right?
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't think he looks human at all. I don't think he could pass.
Oh, awesome. Cool.
So,
love it.
Like Stasio said, we're definitely not from around.
Yes.
From the deep south.
Stasio, leaves you guys in his cabin, and you've got about a half hour. You want to just kind of sip stew and chill out.
Yeah, because I don't
Okay.
think, at least I feel like we're probably not ready to set up any kind of ambush yet.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future. So yeah, like maybe we're just chilling, having some stew.
Yeah.
I might take a couple more sips of the Hunter's Moonshine.
Yep. And I think right as you're taking those sips, you hear heavy footsteps come up the porch, and I don't even think they knock. I think Marco's thugs just open the door, and I think the bigger of the two looks at you two like they knew you were going to be here, right? But he feigns surprise and says, "Is Stasi even here?" And I think at that point Marco walks in and is like, "Where the fuck is Stasi?" And he clad in white ermine, sneering and preening, the shadow of terror behind his eyes. The townsfolk, this guy's a dick.
My very first thought, internal monologue. I feel like that cloak might cover this debt.
That's a nice cloak.
He's covered in fur. He's got an axe. He's got like a little hunter's axe on his hip.
Oh, it's very cute.
Hendrix.
He's like, "Who the fuck are you two?"
Hendrix points at a chair and says, "We represent Stasio. Have a seat."
Oh, I like that.
Stasio can afford representation, and he has a seat. Helps himself to a sip of the moonshine. I think he like gestures at. He's like, Yuri, give me some of that stew. That smells all right. And one of the guards like puts his spear on the hearth and scoops some stew.
Before as he's moving. As he moves toward the stew, I put the alley tooth on the table. I know he remembers that.
Yeah,
and I shake my head at him.
Yeah.
Do you place it on the table or do you put it on the table?
Yeah, I put it on the table.
Ka-chunk.
And I shake my head at him.
Yeah,
you should ask first.
It's not your stew.
What the fuck? Can I have some stew? Stasio's agents?
Please.
What?
Can I have some stew, please?
Oh, Jesus. Can I please have some fucking stew?
Who the fuck? And then I nod. Yeah, I nodded Yuri that it's okay.
Yuri comes over. He's like, "Since when do you take fucking orders from these two? When I say give me stew, give me fucking stew." Yuri shrugs, goes back, gets his spear, never taking his eye off that dagger. Like, oh. Nice dagger. What is that? Some kind of tooth?
Yeah, it is a tooth.
All right. Well, I saw you eyeing this cloak. He puts it on the table. He's like, "Why don't we play a round of cards? And if I win, I get the tooth. If you win, you get the cloak. Let's do this. Let's pass the time."
I like that game, but we have business before that. You already owe me
do business while we do dice or cards or something.
I like that. Like, I'm letting Hendrix do the talking, so I take out the little mark of debt. I assume it's something that's been sort of like put on a piece of.
Oh yeah. No, it's an official. I mean, I think it's like it's got stamps and all kinds of shit on it. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So I kind of take it out of my, vest pocket or something and kind of unfold it and just put it on the table right beside the knife.
Yeah. He looks at it. Oh shit.
So first we get paid, then we'll play whatever. I'm happy to gamble with you. I like.
Listen, Devore is a known forger of documents. Like, this is clearly a forged document. We're gonna have to get the provost in here, maybe a judge. This is gonna take time. It's like a legal proceeding.
Oh, that's bullshit, and you know it.
And there's a bunch of other folks coming to collect other pieces of your debt. We could unionize. You don't want us to do that.
You're gonna join
version of a class action suit.
That's right.
You gonna join forces with Obajole?
Maybe. It depends on what you and I can. It depends on what we can work out over this stew.
Listen. I was trying to be ready for you guys. I paid the Gart brothers. I hired the Gart brothers to go into an old tomb, my grandmother's, to get some shit. And they just made a total fuckery of it. And so here we are. And I'm sorry. I would like to have your money ready.
I'm sorry. You said my money. You're gonna have my money ready.
I don't have shit, guys. I mean it. I just don't have shit.
Now we're being real. I like that.
I've got a fortune. I've got a fortune in my family barrow. There's a fucking fortune in there.
How much is that cloak worth?
Maybe 100 gold, which doesn't begin to touch. like what it is, right?
Right. Okay.
I haven't looked at the actual numbers, but like the vibe I'm getting is that
it looks good, but it's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Fair enough. Yeah, we don't have to set numbers on anything.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think he owes you quite a bit more than that. Yeah.
Gotcha. I mean, part of me just wants to spike take it anyway. Like, oh well,
yeah,
it's a good start.
Like he tried to take that stew.
Matter of fact, he pushes it across the table, and he's like, "Why don't you guys just take the cloak?" And yeah.
Oh, in that case, then yeah,
that's a good start.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're starting. So why don't I give you guys, who seem much more able-bodied, the directions to the barrow, and then with what you bring back, I should be able to pay you. You know?
Nah, I think we're just gonna hang out a couple days or so and check in, because you're gonna hire somebody else, and then whatever they bring you, you could pay us out of that.
I'll try. I'll try to hire someone else. There's a lot of hunters in town because of the beast, but I mean, these hunters don't do real well in like the confined spaces of a delve. They're not adventurers.
Neither are we. We're gamblers. We won this debt. So Jay the player, my thought is, we already know where the barrow is, right?
Yeah. Oh no, I know.
And we're going there anyway, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted to play that card yet, because my other thought is like, we don't need him to be the middleman. If we just want to go loot his shit and sell it,
yes,
he has no leverage. He just doesn't really know it yet.
Right.
Yeah.
But
so I'm just trying to backpedal a little bit to give him some space to get the money so he can pay us. But you know, we're not. I don't want to. Yeah, because we don't need him to be the middleman.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you live in an awfully big house up there on the hill, Marco. Surely there's things you can sell, or that you can give us to sell.
Yeah, there isn't much left, guys. I've been really picked clean.
So what are you hiring people with? You can't be that broke.
Well, I mean, these hunters are fucking idiots. They have no business sense. They have no sense of money. So I tell them that I'll give them money based on what they bring me. So I'm paying them like drippings on the gold, on the coin.
I'm gonna look at his two thugs. What this thing really gave you? Is he paying you? Is he actually paying you, or is it more promises?
Make a willpower roll. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, 13. That was pretty good. That's 7. Yes.
Yeah, Yuri and Wowell say it like he's paying us, but I'm not sure it's enough. And he's like, "Oh, come on, guys."
Seems to me if you can pay them, you can pay us.
Yeah, what I owe you, what this says I owe you is substantial. It's a substantial amount of money.
Yeah, but you're wasting money on these guys. Fire them and you can pay us.
No, but then I'm dead, because then other people will be able to get to me. See, these guys actually are keeping your money safe. That's the way you've got to look at it. Because as long as I've got Yuri and Wowell, at the house, Borgenwold can't just stroll in and collect.
So it sounds like we need to team up with him so we can collect.
Yeah, I mean, you could try. He's just as weird as you guys, though. Like I hear he's got sorcery up the wazoo. I don't know if this is someone you want to like get into business with.
We're not getting anything from you, though.
Well, I mean, why don't we? Do you want to? I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm going to hire some more people to go into the to go into the barrow. So why don't you give me a couple days to get that together, and I'll see what I can get out of there, and then I'll make you guys an offering.
Okay, we'll give you 5 days. I'm good with that.
Great. Yeah, thank you.
To me, it doesn't even matter how many days because we're going in there looting it out anyway. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, it's been great to doing business with you guys. This has been a pleasure. I really thought this was going to be tough, but you guys are real reasonable. And I'm going to go back up to the house, and Yuri is going to go round up some more hunters to bring there, and I'm gonna pitch them the deal, and I bet they're going to take it. I really
Stasio,
do.
What did you want something passed on to Stasio? You want us to tell him something?
Yeah, tell him I'm sorry about his brother, and no hard feelings. He doesn't owe me any money for the failed attempt, and just like to keep his mouth like
money?
What?
Why would he owe you money?
Because like he broke into my family barrow and caused a problem.
Because you told him to.
Yeah, but he made a fuckery of it. He fucked it all up.
That doesn't seem like it's a reason to owe you money.
Well, whatever, guys. Okay. Tell Stasi I'm sorry. I didn't want it to work out that way. I liked his brother. I thought his brother was, as smelly hunters go, a fine guy. Don't tell him the smelly part.
That's usually understood.
Yeah, he finishes the stew. Tell him the stew was great, and I'll talk to him soon. We'll get together, roll some dice.
Seems all like maybe stop rolling dice.
Enjoy the jacket, and I'll see you guys in 5 days.
Perfect.
We know where you live.
Right. I mean, yeah. Right.
right.
Yuri, whoa, nice. Let's go, you guys.
If you guys, Yuri, you looking for better work, you should come talk to us.
They nod. Right. Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, these guys are keeping your money safe, so you want both of them with me at all times. Believe me, it's in your best interest that Borgenwold doesn't come and just pick my bones clean. That's what you don't want.
5 days.
Oh yeah, 5 days. I mean, it's done. It's a done deal. Soon. Later.
Yeah, sure.
And
we're leaving tomorrow, right?
Yeah, absolutely. First thing.
Yeah, and I think 10 minutes later, Yuri, who's one of Marco's thugs, you hear him walk up the steps, and you know it's him because it's the same heavy footfalls that came up before, and he knocks on the door and opens it and says, "I figured you guys would still be here. I was supposed to go hire some hunters, but for a cut for me and my brother, I'll go with you into the barrow."
What makes you think we're going into the barrow?
All right, fuck it. I'll go round up some drunk hunters to go into the barrow. That's how you want to be. I thought maybe.
I'm just asking a question. You're going to end up with some drunk hunters, and maybe you get out of the barrow alive.
Well, I'm not going in with fucking drunk hunters, but I'll go in with you monsters.
What kind of cut are you thinking?
He wanted 500 gold per item. So let us have one pick. Let us have something to walk out of there with. Maybe you two both pick first and then we get the third pick. It's got to be worth at least 500 gold if he's paying 500 gold for it.
Do you honestly think he can get 500 gold out of anything, or is that him just blowing more smoke up everybody's ass?
I have no idea.
Fair enough. I think one item seems reasonable.
No, I agree.
Cool.
Because we all don't know what's down in there, but I think that makes the most sense.
Right.
Because if it's shit, then we're all getting shit. But if it isn't, then yeah.
I hear it's pretty good. I hear something about a silver horn that should be worth a small fortune. A silver hunting horn. When you go into the pub, you can see a picture of his grandmother. She's always got that horn in all the pictures of her.
Interesting. I wouldn't mind having that.
Yeah.
Well, we're planning to leave first thing in the morning, so don't be late.
I'll see you at first light. Later, guys. Thanks. I think he walks out. We've been at this about an hour. This seems like a good stopping point. Marco was definitely played by like Lethal Weapon 2 era Joe Pesci. Without a doubt.
That is perfect.
If you remember that terrible character.
I do. Yes.
Who everyone liked so much, they brought him back for like every fucking Lethal Weapon movie.
Yes, everyone after that. Yes.
They were like, oh yeah, there's a money launderer who's now our friend. He's like invited to the family barbecues, without a doubt. It's just a fucking weird thing. Anyway, on that note, let's take a break, and we'll be back in a second. And we're gonna take our bio break, 5-10 minutes, and then we'll come back and get to this barrow. See what we can do.
Nice.
This might not be a 2-session game. We might do this in one. I have no idea. I'm fine with that. I'm good. Or we can we'll figure it out. I don't know. Who knows? Cool. See you in 5-ish minutes.
All right.